Welcome back to Hat Daddies. It's your daddies here, reporting in live with your problems and our solutions.
Well, it's as live as you make it.
Wow, that was a very swift and thorough intro. I like it. We'll kick right into it with one of these questions. I'll find one right here. This one is from Sam. Says, good day, Ross, Trot and Alex. That's us three. We're all part of Hat Daddies here. And they've said they're quite a laid-back person in life and not many things make them nervous. However, when it comes to traditionally stressful and nervy events such as job interviews or first dates, they're very good at being calm and confident on the outside. However, inside, 100% without fail, they're a nervous wreck.
Right.
And that causes the muddiest shits you can imagine.
Wow.
All without any change to my diet or in the build-up to the main event. My body cruelly doesn't allow me to go before, only during. That sounds really stressful. No amount of preparation can stop you panicking at the fact that it's going to take at least 5 minutes of ineffective wiping, greeted each time by an unrelenting brown attritional foe before you can return to the awaiting audience. I'm hoping you can pass on your wisdoms to help me overcome this horrific ailment and ensure I can be as collected on the inside as I appear on the outside.
Now, stop me if...
Wow.
I say this a lot. Right.
Yeah.
I often bring this up as a solution to many problems, and stop me if you feel like this is missing the mark a bit. But figging could really help here.
Wow. That's the one with the ginger root.
Yeah.
There's a reason you keep bringing it up. It's because it's so effective.
It is effective. I mean, ginger is. As you know, I'm a doctor of Eastern medicine.
You are a doctor.
And ginger roots and roots in general help a lot. You know, and in this situation, you can't deny the physical blockage
film roots
of the asshole is going to stop some of that muddy shit slides.
Yep,
definitely.
And as a bonus, it's an aphrodisiac.
As a bonus, you're getting a little bit of a cheeky, morning glow out of it, aren't you, Trot?
Absolutely.
Trot in particular.
Important to note that the fear poops are a regular thing. I think many people have them. People cope with nerves in a different way. Muddy. Dirty mudslide shits are probably your way of coping.
And much more common than you think.
Probably better than looking like a jittering wreck in front of a hot, spicy date.
Now,
it's a job interview.
But as all psychologists would know, you're probably in the category of prey.
Right.
Which means you're constantly living in a state of fear and nervousness. And what I suggest is to act more like prey. You're in a society now where you can access food at all times. That's something that prey can't actually do. You need to fast for days. That way, you're not only in fear, you also don't have any shit that can possibly come out.
There's just nothing to go with.
So how many days are we talking, Trot?
I said a few days.
Few days.
The muddiest shits you can imagine can't exist without the mud.
Actually, Trot, I did some research into water fasting a while back, and one of the downsides of water fasting is, in fact, that you do start to shit yourself more often. Because of the liquid, because you're only drinking water, it can cause whatever's left in the inside of you.
Don't drink water either.
Flush it. Don't drink water. Just abstain.
So
starve
and.
Well, you've eaten a lot of protein in your time, haven't you, Trot? Like, how did you contend with protein shits and things like that?
It's kind of like how the Earth contends with climate change.
Yeah.
It gets more and more extreme to the point where you cannot live without a catastrophic failure of some kind, like a typhoon or a hurricane. Imagine that, but my bowels.
Is it still a problem?
No, you get used to it.
How do you rate are they quite soft? Are they quite on the hard side? How would
like
you
a
rate?
whippy.
Do you use the rate my poo scale? Have we got?
You better be.
I'm annoyed that this person didn't put what there is. What is there on the scale? The Bristol stool scale. Yeah, because I'd like to know where they are so that we can really.
Well, stick them on Rate My Poo.
Yeah.
If you use our code, we get some money from it.
Yeah.
Hat poos.
You got to get some positive out of this bad event, haven't you? I guess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just shitting yourself in a job interview.
Anyway, thank you for getting in touch with us, Sam.
Yes.
Good luck.
I feel like we've solved your issue. You just need to either don't eat or the figging. Two very viable and realistic options. So
Gotta try the fun option first.
Yeah, definitely. Solved.
Thanks.
Got one here from Jack R.
Okay.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Hi, Hat Daddies. Now that you've all hit 30, do Do you feel a societal pressure to marry and have kids? I'm only 24 and I worry that I'll never find someone to settle down with. I use Tinder and Plenty of Fish but don't get much results. Any advice on how to find a lovely lady to enjoy hat films with?
Well, first things first, if you're trying to start a fire, using Tinder's great, but Plenty of Fish, they don't burn well. So you want to try and start a fire with some kindling and some larger logs that have been seasoned for a while.
I think you might misinterpret this question a little bit.
I think he has as well. He's taking it
societal
more
pressure for him
literally
to
than I
start a
think
fire.
intended.
He's trying to have...
Why did Bruce Springsteen say, I'm on fire?
That's like a metaphor.
Again, yeah, I think he's taking a lot more things literally than...
Quite literally.
Either way, I think there's... Troy, you've got an answer for this one. You've got an idea?
Yeah, I mean, I've been recently watching the Netflix series Explained, so I have a deep
So
knowledge.
you basically
meal
have a
prepping.
PhD?
I'm also meal prepping.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a deep knowledge in all things now because I've watched Explained on Netflix.
Everything's been explained to him.
And they actually went over relationships and marriage.
Yeah.
And how marriage is basically a societal structure in our culture for not very long. It hasn't been around for very long, and it actually kind of potentially came from power plays. Essentially, people marrying in to other people to share power and wealth. And then it became a societal norm as love started getting hit into the mix, where love and marriage are one and the same thing. Or love and monogamy are one and the same thing, but they're actually separate things. So there's a societal pressure because it's been manufactured that way, and it's kind of been taken over as it has to be a norm for you to marry someone and have kids. It's okay to have that pressure because if you don't, you're actually a bad person and you'll live forever alone.
That's bullshit, isn't it?
So what? So is it the stick and the bow like option?
Stick in a bow?
Where you get the stick and like...
You're still on the fire thing.
Yeah. Have you seen
Still
primitive
stuck on the
technology?
I don't think he heard anything you
Magnifying
said just
glass.
now, Trump.
I don't think you.
But I think there's no shame in being single
No.
if you're happy.
Don't let society press you into marriage. Marriage is not
Yeah.
the be all and end all. You don't need to have anybody. You can have a solid group of friends. Maybe you can enter a polygamy.
But what if all those friends marry off and leave their friend behind? I think that's one fear that some people have.
What's that?
Is that they'll be the only friend in their friend group who hasn't married off because either out of choice or
That's another pressure of
through
society.
otherwise. So that's another pressure, isn't it?
But
so
I feel like you
it's a
just
peer
need
thing
to
in that sense.
be at peace with the fact that you don't need to be like them.
No.
You are your own person, and just because you don't have a wife and kids doesn't make you any less of a person.
I feel like marriage has
no
become part of the graduating culture that we have
Yeah,
in
it's
terms
like
of we
got a
measure
check mark.
what stage we're at in our lives usually through education, right?
Like
So it's
leveling
like-
up in a game.
Yeah,
Like, that's
when-
the next stage.
When I was at
Marriage.
primary school, when I was at secondary school, like
People need direction and focus.
for me at least, it was like, now I'm going to college, now I'm going to uni, it was just normal.
Yeah.
And now people are my friends are getting married. I feel like they've sort of graduated above whatever we are now. I have quite a negative view of marriage personally. Like,
I kind of do.
I
Just
don't
based
think
on
it's
experiences
necessary.
around me.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
never end well, in my opinion.
yeah.
Only maybe because people are making the wrong choices or rushing into things.
I just don't think if you don't need to, I'm like, why do it?
Yeah.
Some people need to do it for financial reasons because it helps you buy a house and
That's
stuff.
fair enough.
And
There are
that's fair
some
enough. I get
good
that
laws
level,
to
but
help sustain you.
I don't think you should feel pressured by your family or whatever. I know some people, it's a traditional thing. Oh, my parents got married at this age, or my brothers have just got married, or whatever. I just don't think it's necessary.
A lot of people get married for the wrong reasons as well. It's almost like there's almost like an insecurity there. Like, oh crap,
I need to
they're
lock
gonna-
them
That's
down.
what this person's saying, isn't
Yeah.
it? They're worried.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, I think that you don't need to worry about it. Live your life.
Yeah, really.
Don't pressurize
And
yourself.
enjoy being 24.
Yeah, no offense to people who do have that stuff. If it
Yeah.
works for you, great. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's your life. Live it the way you want to live it. But anyone who feels pressured by that, you don't need to.
You don't have to opt in,
So yeah.
Yeah.
So very serious.
but I'm
answers,
happy if
but
you do, and it's successful for you.
yeah, good luck with that.
Good luck.
Questions do we... is that solved?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely solved.
We
100%
fucking nailed
solved.
that
Solved
one.
for everyone.
I think we
Yeah.
solved
Boom.
marriage.
I think we
Solved.
solved
Boom.
marriage. Yeah, definitely. Dear Hat Daddies, I've recently got a girlfriend. A girl I've been trying to get with for about 3 years now. Wow, that's a long game,
Trying
isn't
for
it?
3.
We've just had sex for the first time and she's asking me for my fetishes. What,
wow,
like it's
straight
a fucking
away.
resume. Can I see your fetishes, please? Just leave it on the table before you leave. The problem is my biggest fetish is a fart fetish.
Wow.
How do I tell her without seeming like a weirdo, or do I not tell her at all? Please don't mention my name. Thanks. Well, Steve.
A fucking fart fetish. So tell her. She's asking for your fetishes.
I think just squeeze one out every so often during and see what the reaction is.
I feel like there needs to be like how
What's
much time?
that?
How much time do you give? Like how comfortable do you have to be in front of someone before you start farting in front of them? Like, do you have like a personal limit, or do you just kind of like sound out and hope for the best? You go, oops, we all laugh about it, and then eventually it just becomes commonplace, and you're like, fucking stop it, you're a disgusting bitch.
I like to be friends with people and be with people where I'm happy with fart, where we're all happy with fart jokes.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
God,
yeah.
Like,
what
there's nothing
sad
worse
world you got to
than,
live in where you're like, oh, don't,
you know,
you're
when
a
you're first
disgusting human.
dating
Everyone does
and
it.
you're holding it all in, somehow you get really gassy
Yeah.
when you're seeing someone new and you don't know
So
where.
nervous.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry, I fart when I'm nervous.
You're so puckered up, and then you get like bloated stomach.
It's like getting on a plane, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, I need to fart so bad on planes.
I
squeeze
actually,
it.
I had that with my first girlfriend. Like, that was awful. Just like you hold it in because you're like, oh fuck, I really don't want to make myself.
and you need to go to the toilet, but also the toilet seat does amplify any fart.
Yeah.
As well, so you got to like slyly do it.
Fart in the sink.
I feel like if they
Anyway.
can't accept your farts, they can't accept you.
They can't
Yeah.
accept you because you are a fart.
If you don't deserve me at my fart,
You don't deserve me at my
best.
Or
Thing is, like, so smells of farts are bad, right? I like this person with
if it's a
their
disgusting fart, like,
fetish.
but you can be courteous and leave the room or some shit, or go to the toilet.
But
like,
where does the fetish come in? Is it?
Oh, okay.
I get the feeling that it's sort of like it's more of like a
like cake fart. Do you remember cake fart?
Yeah. But the
a
thing
funny
is
one, wasn't it?
that you might find
Frosting
that
on a cake.
You have to
less
manufacture.
attractive if you found
Yeah,
it attractive if you could smell it. Right? Imagine if that's like a really meaty dog fart. You know, like
It's really
Dog farts are the
stenches
worst.
to
you know,
smell.
once in a while you're like, fuck me, my fart smells so bad. I'm so glad people aren't
Yeah.
here to smell this. And other times you're like, I don't really smell of anything. That was just
Yeah.
noisy.
Yeah.
You know, I could see how fart fetishes, I guess, could be less horrible if they didn't
Yeah,
smell
I
really
think
bad.
Ultimately, you need to gauge how long you've been seeing this person. You've already had
Yeah.
sex with them, so you've done one of the most intimate things you can do with someone.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, have
one
you
will
had
pop
someone
out-
shit in your mouth?
I haven't. No, is that more intimate or just?
I don't
kind
know if it's
of-
intimate.
Have you done
It's
a mind
horrible.
meld?
It's a bit more extreme.
Certainly is, yeah.
I
Mind-
think.
mind meld.
You want to mind meld them, drop.
I mean, that's as intimate as you can get.
Or
really
pegging.
Pegging.
One or the
is-
other, isn't it?
Mind
Mind
That's a lot. There's a lot of
mind
trust
melding or
involved.
pegging is. Huh?
There's a lot of trust
Is
involved.
there? Why?
Well, because they have no real sensitivity, so they could just be fucking railing you.
Right.
And you're like, whoa, 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 and they can't hear because you're screaming so loud. And they're like, maybe they're yelling as well. Maybe there's a yelling back and forth. So you don't.
I never really thought about it.
No.
Jesus.
Point. Holy crap.
Either way, yeah. Gauge how comfortable you are with her, and then just be like, just fucking love farts. I absolutely love
Fart,
a good fart.
yeah.
I've got a fart fetish.
Or maybe
deal
like
with it. If she can't deal with it, then fuck her.
why not move into the fetishes slowly? Like what would you say is a step back from fart fetishing?
I don't know.
Like ass play,
Sure,
Ass play,
yeah,
yeah.
a bit of fucking, I don't know, S&M.
rimming.
Bit of whipping.
Whipping doesn't feel like
Spanking?
it's yeah, spanking.
Sure.
Because
Cool,
then,
yeah.
as
Anal
they spank
fisting?
you could reflexively fart and see what they make of it.
Yeah. Tie her up and fart in her face. Fucking tie her up and fart in her face and see how she likes it. And if she's
Slap.
like, this is actually working for me,
Yeah.
roll with it. If she doesn't like it, just say, no, that was an accidental fart, my
yeah,
mistake.
exactly.
My bad, I was leaning over to get something else.
Yeah.
Bring
And
out
also
a
you
weird
break the
ass
ice of
toy.
farting.
Boom.
Maybe last a bit long, like go for a bit longer though, because I feel like if you're fresh into a relationship and you fart in somebody's face, they could leave you for that.
You
But
might
if
be
you're
sending the wrong message.
if you're longer into them and you fart in their face and try and laugh it off, they're more likely to laugh it off with you.
Yeah.
But if they're like, if you don't know them that well, or you know, be careful.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Also,
it's
well, heaven forbid if you
tiptoe.
follow through.
Again, you
Keep
need
it
to
on
like-
there.
you need to learn to read the room. If you can't read the room,
Read
then
the room.
you're all fucked.
If you're
Read
nervous,
the
like,
room, people.
But you've already smashed. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's a good start, right?
Yeah.
Just be careful with the farting. Try not
Solved.
to follow through.
There we go.
Solved.
Try not to follow through.
Yeah.
Fucking there you go, Steve.
I have one here which is within the realm
Yeah.
of those issues.
Possibility.
Yeah, this one's from Josh. It says, "Hey, hat daddies. Let's say I'm an 18-year-old guy that masturbates at most once every 2 weeks, lasting around 30 to 60 minutes each time."
Wow.
Wow, Jesus.
That's a long time.
The issue is that I am constantly hearing about other people say they beat their meat or burp their worm at least once a day,
Right.
every day.
Right.
Is this a normal thing? Asking for a friend. Thanks, guys.
What's
Lots
the
of love,
title of this one
Josh.
so I can just read it through?
This is Help Emergency, is in the title.
I would call this an emergency.
So masturbating once every 2 weeks does sound quite infrequent, but I think everyone has different sex drives. You don't necessarily have to smash your meat every single day.
Choke the hog.
Squeeze the hog, so to speak.
The problem with doing it every day is you get diminishing returns until you just can't produce sperm anymore. That's always the risk, isn't it?
Isn't that the goal? That's the daily goal. Isn't that like your daily goal? Like you know, when you play like WoW or whatever, you have a daily challenge. I thought your daily challenge was to just go until I'm empty.
No.
Until there's no fluid left, until I'm dehydrated. To the point I look like a ghost.
Semen's like blood. You don't produce anymore and you have a set limit for life. And then once you've jizzed it all out, that's it.
I'm an Eastern medicine expert and that sounds correct to me.
So
actually, no, there is one way to top it up. Tiger penis. Because we recommend it for everything. But
it does leak out at night.
Yeah, or snort some ivory.
All positive things.
So... Would you say that this is a normal thing? That many people do it once a day? I mean, I think that is probably quite normal for a lot of people.
You probably just have a low testosterone level.
They're 18.
Yeah. I mean, if you're taking any medication, that can impact it.
Yeah.
Mood.
If you're just low mood at the moment, if you're not getting enough vitamins, you know, like, I mean, yeah, it really is down to the individual, I guess. I think most teenage guys are pretty wanky, aren't they?
There's a lot of wanky.
There's a lot of masturbating.
And not just guys. That's not...
Oh, absolutely not. But they were talking
just
about...
from a perspective
girls don't talk about it as much, but they do it.
Do you think they do it as frequently as guys?
We see you.
I feel like guys
they probably do. No, I think they
go for it.
You
think so? Every single woman...
Not every single... Let's not brush... Let's not do...
Most women.
Hyperbole.
Most women.
Aside. Most women probably do, yeah. But they won't tell you because they... You know,
they're women are prudish and secretive.
Well, no, because
can't trust them.
School people are
society
dicks.
Again, it's society.
Guys
pressure.
are dicks, and they're just like, oh, she fucking fingers herself. It's like, oh, fuck off. All right, everyone does it.
Okay. So
everyone masturbates. I'm masturbating now.
Yeah,
it's happening right now.
I don't think they're guilty.
You can't stop me.
They're not guilty about it.
Yeah.
They're just concerned that maybe they're not wanking enough.
Well, don't set goals. If that's what you're happy with, do it.
Try
30 to 60 minutes is insane, though. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a long session.
How is that?
I think maybe look into
after 2 weeks
anything that could be affecting your state.
Yeah. Well, just
2 weeks. Don't blow on it. No, it's over. Another 2 weeks.
If you're taking any medication, that can have, like, specifically antidepressants can do that. And other things, but that's one of the side effects people don't sometimes
realize.
Figging
as well does it.
Figging does it because your prostate becomes overstimulated and does an inversion, I think it is, and it becomes inverted and pokes up into your spine.
Do you think circumcised people have like
harder time masturbating?
Yeah, because do you think it causes like not callus? It doesn't.
You absolutely know, Ross.
You know, like a workman's hands.
Yeah.
Where they are sturdier and kind of brittle to the touch because they're exposed to the conditions.
It's like a hard shell.
I feel like maybe there's an issue there because obviously with foreskin, it's a nice little protective hood.
Yeah, it's like a sliding sleeve, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is, yeah.
It's very
but
descriptive.
that's what lubricants for.
Well, that's what lubricants for. And so you guys already know this, I think. But if you ever think, if you're an English person, or maybe even European in general, and watching American films growing up, like American Pie and stuff, I was always kind of surprised, or at least sort of a bit puzzled, why every wanking scenario I saw in a film like American Pie or something, they were using lube, and it's like, you don't need lube. Like, why is everyone using lube? Like, fucking hell, people really splash out on masturbating. Like when you're like 16 or 15, you know, and you're like, well, I'm not going to go and buy lube. What the fuck? What are these people doing?
Yeah,
it's because way more men in America are circumcised than they are in, I think, most of Europe. I'm just generalizing, at least in the UK. And we don't need lube as much because we have a nice slidey sleeve that some Americans, I think most Americans, don't have.
Yeah.
And you do get that problem with loss of sensitivity.
There's a film I was watching where I think it was Bad Mums.
Right.
Bad Moms.
Yeah.
And they were mocking uncircumcised people because they preferred a circumcised penis. So
it's pretty harsh.
It's apparently to their advantage.
I mean,
apparently it looks better.
I can kind of see both arguments. Like, the uncircumcised is a little bit of a sort of wrinkly mess sometimes, isn't it?
Would you try it?
What, circumcision?
You can't really try it.
No, did you give it a go?
No, I wouldn't choose to be circumcised because of the
cut
whole...
that shit off?
No, I don't think
fair enough, either would I.
No.
Just gauge in the room.
You gotta read it. You gotta read it.
Trying to think of video ideas, you know.
Well, we get circumcised.
You gotta find them in the weirdest places sometimes.
True, you're right.
But that's fine.
I'd like to think
circumcision
that
videos.
if I was circumcised, it would grow back as like in defiance.
I think it would.
I'd like to think that.
We've had it,
but it would grow back as a Union
years
Jack.
later. I'd accept the.
It would grow back as a Union Jack, like as a statement.
Looks like a knitted Union Jack sleeve.
Yeah. Lovely.
Either way, jerk off when you want to.
And every time I get erect, I have to salute because it's coming down the pole.
Oh, it's so healthy. You wouldn't even believe. Just jerk off when you can, as long as you're not doing it in front of like a fucking teacher or some weird shit, haven't they?
I've had a teacher's done that in front of us before.
Have you?
Anyway.
Sorry. Moving on.
Plenty of teachers.
Have you got a last one?
Well.
I think we can squeeze in one more.
Okay, I got one last one to finish this off, guys.
Go ahead.
Sounds good.
It's interesting because it's a little bit like strange for the average person. I'm sure this person would agree. It's a little unusual, but it's also kind of semi-serious.
Okay.
So
I'm up for it. I'm ready for it.
So let's see how this goes.
Ready.
Dear Hat Daddies, I have a hard time with relationships. I don't like to hide who I am, but I find it difficult to tell potential partners about myself. I am a little someone who enjoys going into a childlike state of mind. It relaxes me and helps me with anxiety, but on top of that, I am non-monogamous. I have a big heart and a lot of love to share. So sometimes it's hard to just love one person. A lot of people see my lifestyle as an illusion, and it's hard to get people to take me serious. P.S. Smith is my bias. What do you guys think about this?
You have a child fetish where you like to act like a child.
Yes, so someone who enjoys going into a childlike state of mind. But they're also
Carefully
non-monogamous or polyamorous.
You're polyamorous and you're a child with a big heart.
No, they're not a child.
You're a child trapped in an adult body.
They're a child with a pig's heart.
Struggling to get what this is.
So basically this person is, they're struggling to get people to take them serious. So how would they tell people and explain and share their lifestyle as a person who enjoys being in a childlike state of mind and also not necessarily monogamous? So, you know, like a lot of fucking around and pretending to be children.
You find people of your own ilk. So other people that are happy.
Childkin.
Is there a subreddit for this?
I'm sure
maybe
there's got to be something out there where there's a community of people with like.
Or I mean, if there's like a title for it, and they even capitalized the first L in little when they said they are an little.
I am a little.
I am a little.
I'm Stuart Little.
They are a little.
Right.
Someone who enjoys going into a class.
What if you're bi little?
Bi little.
Bi little.
What would that mean?
I kind of like being an adult and a child at the same time.
Well, I think that's just called being a human being, Ross.
Yeah.
I think we've learned a lot today.
Are we littles?
We're all littles.
Effectively, we stay in a childlike state of mind when we
dogs
record
don't
most
they?
of our videos.
Puppies. They say that domestic dogs have puppy-like tendencies their entire life, and that's how we domesticated wolves.
That's cute.
Oh, okay. I mean,
that might be wrong.
Maybe you're belittling the little.
Could be wrong.
I mean, let's get back to this child with a pig's heart.
There's two separate things here.
Right.
Okay.
Right. The pig heart.
No, that's irrelevant. I don't think that's necessary.
Are we still trying to start fires, by the way?
Yeah,
no, we did. No.
At some point, okay.
I think the childlike mentality is a separate thing to polygamy.
How childlike are we talking? Are we talking like nursery?
Doesn't say.
Imagine talking to a child.
Yeah.
And then having, broken English and having whimsical, need.
Can we do an impression?
Like one of the presenters
Hello, Dad. Well, what would you doing? Like that kind of.
Yeah, probably like.
Like a CBBC presenter.
How would you talk to a dog?
Or a CBBC presenter? How do I talk to a dog?
Shut the fuck up! Or I'll put you in another fight!
No, okay.
Bad example.
Get anything?
Very bad example.
Like, can you understand?
No.
I'm parcel tongued.
That was a terrible.
Did that work for you, LaToya? I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, did that get you going? Is that
ultimately? I think you need to find people who are both up for and capable of communicating with you in the way that you like. I think you also need to maybe compromise with people that can't, because you can't expect everybody to want to engage with childlike communication.
Yeah, because I can imagine some guys might misconstrue that as some sort of weird sex thing. Yeah, she's talking like.
Although it must be stressed.
I don't fucking know. Is it weird? It's
you can get away with that shit like if you're really attractive,
right?
Can't you?
Yeah, it swings around. It's balance. It's
get away with it in what sense? What, you're not going to get told off?
No, like. You're saying it might make people uncomfortable to be...
okay.
So say I walk into a room and I go like, oh, hello everybody, do you want to come and play with me? That might freak you out.
Like a
but say
weird.
like,
that would be scary. That would be strange.
Your average titty streamer comes in or somebody from I mean, it's going to have a different effect, isn't it? Like
names. Give me names. I mean,
you want a name of I don't know, one of the ones on Twitch.
Okay, just anyone.
Or
Jesus.
What's that other site? Live Jasmine. We remember Live Jasmine.
If any of those did that, you would assume it was a sexual thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if they were, there's no sexual element here, like they're fucking
childlike whimsy.
Nothing's
No, I think
revealing.
we've just assumed that. No, it just says it relaxes them and helps them with their anxiety to be more childlike. I think that people do that naturally.
Fuck. Like,
Like when you want to collect, when you paint models, or you indulge that little part of your brain that's very like, oh, this is fun.
or you marathon
Well,
a
you just
whole
kinda-
series of Arthur.
Yeah.
Also, if you're with someone in a relationship,
Teletubbies.
sometimes the communication between you two kind of
It's very
adopts its own-
baby-y.
Yeah, it kind of get a little bit personal, like, oh hey,
Yeah.
blah blah. I think
You do
just-
cute things.
Yeah, and because you're maybe I'm finding a link here.
Right.
That's monogamy, right? You engage with someone you really trust, have a devoted like.
You get to that
then you
stage
get to that
through
stage.
a bit of long-term monogamy.
Because you're polyamorous,
You don't get
and
to
you have
that
a
point.
big heart. You're trying to do it with everybody.
You got to rearrange the way you do things. Don't go childlike around them until
Establish that relationship first,
yeah.
and then engage with them.
Be who you want to be. Fuck it. Who cares?
Read the room. I think that's the staple.
Read
for
the room.
That's
Read
something.
the room.
That's a common advice we've
Got to
offered
read the
around.
room.
You've got to read that room.
And I'm reading the room loud and clear. It's
Yeah.
time for us.
And I hope you find people you
say
can share that with.
goodbye.
Yeah. But I think we really got to some hard-hitting issues today.
We did. We solved that one.
Sorry, that's
We
a solved, yeah,
Boom.
that's-
Solved.
I feel like we really have just opened that box of Pandora there and haven't
Exactly.
solved a single thing. But
if I have an issue
yeah.
now. I feel like Hat Daddies isn't really.
Sorry, can you email this in?
Sorry, I would email it in, but in fact, I can do right now.
It's like a voicemail.
If you could, please. Thank you.
Can you read that email?
Yeah, we've got an email from a one Rob Hornsby.
And it says, please don't read out. Oh, I
Don't read my name out loud. You
Oh,
son of a
shit.
bitch.
Have I ID'd them?
But basically, Hat Daddies isn't performing in the way that we expected it to or wanted it to. So we are going to put it somewhere else.
The bin?
Hopefully. Not the bin. No.
Where?
So you can keep emailing in and we will continue this format again.
But don't fear, the Hat Daddies will return and we will continue to solve your problems. Maybe don't do it at such a rate because we've still got loads of emails.
We
also
have plenty of emails.
try and make them interesting and not just about how sad your life is. Apart from that,
we've solved all those. We've solved all of those.
Yeah,
just double check that we haven't answered your question already.
Yeah, and also double check that you actually put a question in the email and don't just make it a statement.
Or asking questions specifically about what content we're making next, or
That's not a question
other
about
things
you.
that aren't really.
It's not the Hat Daddy's job.
No, we're here to solve issues outside of our own content.
And make interesting content.
We deal with those issues.
So just think about what you're writing there.
Yes. So Hat Daddies won't go.
Keep up
That's
to
the main
date
thing,
with
right?
Just read the room.
yeah, read the room.
Yes.
Keep up to date with what we're doing and what plans we have by following us on Twitter
Yes.
at @hat_films or subscribing to us on YouTube, youtube.com/hatfilms if you're listening to this in
Yes.
podcast.
And for hot nudes,
That's a
check
good
out
point,
our
actually.
Snapchat.
This is now on our Hat Chat podcast.
That's right.
All the episodes prior to this are now up there as well, so you can listen to those. And hopefully Hat Chat may return, but we won't promise anything yet.
It's like you're saying Voldemort.
I know, I feel like it just because I don't like promising things.
Well, yeah, but you've said it now.
But I've said the words.
You've said it a few times now.
I just haven't said when.
Right,
That's
come
the
on.
important
We've
part.
got real life problems to
We
solve.
do have real life problems to solve. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching and supporting Hat Daddies.
See you soon in a new format.
We will. Ta-ra for now.
Bye. Bye.